Hello lovely people and welcome to a new video. Today is the first time that I have ever done a full book review on my channel, but I feel like this had to be done purely because this book, the nicest way to put it, this book gave me so much emotions, and that, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. I think we should just start off by saying that I laughed, I cried, I screamed, I was angry, I was upset, I was happy, I was smiling, I just, so many mixed emotions came out of this book, but I loved it. It might have taken me a while to read, purely due to the fact that I, like most people, work, so as much as I would have loved to have spent all my days just sitting and reading this, I couldn't do that. But other than that, like, I probably, if I was like on holiday or something, I probably could have got this book read in like a day, 2 days. I mean, I've done that before with the rest of the Dark Artifices series, which, yeah, they are there. I just thought I pointed to the wrong bookshelf then. But yeah, so the only negative thing I would say about this book for me was that so much happened in 800 900 pages that I was just constantly like having to stop and take a breather and be like, wait, what? This has now happened and that's now happened and what? I mean, it all flowed quite well, but so much was going on in the book that I was starting to get confused at points. I mean, we go from Livy being dead and her funeral to Julian and Emma and their parabatai bond and them obviously falling in love with each other, to them being sent to Fairy, and then once being in Fairy they find Clary and Jace, and then they go into Thor, that's how you say it, Thor, I'm just gonna say Thor, and then everything that happens in Thor, and them killing Sebastian, and then them coming back to reality, and then them not being able to have the power, like not being in love anymore because they're paratype 1 and they're not allowed, and Julian has no feelings, and then having the Leviah alliance, and then closing off the Downworlds, and then closing off Alicante, and then the massive fight that happens in Alicante, and then the Shadowhunters breaking up into two basically separate groups, and then Alec and Magnus getting married, and then Clary and Jace getting like proposing to. I could not cope. So much happened, but I loved it. At the same time, I loved it. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like how this is their favourite part of the Shadowhunter world, but I think this series is definitely up there for me. I mean, Infernal Devices is probably my favourite, but I would probably say this is actually second to Infernal Devices for me. Just because, I mean, it has all the characters from all of the world, of all of the series, I guess, from the world in it. You've got Clary in the Mortal Instrument series, you've got Tessa and Jem from Infernal Devices, you've got Magnus, you've got obviously Emma and Julian and the Blackthorn family, and you've got all, again, the usual werewolves, fairies, all the same people throughout the whole of the Shadowhunter world. Like, they're all in this book alone. I mean, the whole trilogy, but this book alone, they're all in there. And to me, like, that was great because it was like I was reliving the whole of the Shadowhunters universe in one book, and I was loving it. I will say that I did struggle to get into it at the beginning. I mean, once I was like 3 chapters in, I was like, right, okay, right, we're back into Cassandra Clare. But it was actually really hard, like, opening a book and it being a death scene in the beginning of a book. I mean, that's quite unusual. Not many books do that. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. But I mean, I completely loved it as a whole. The character of Kit as well, like having such a young kid being so wise and knowing so much, and then ending up having to fulfill such a big, like, destiny, I guess, like having to decide between, you know, being king of Fairy or going to live with Tessa and Jem or being with the Blackthorns. Like, that himself and everything that he went through as a character, like, for me, it wasn't obviously relatable because, like, I'm gonna be the Queen of Fairy, but seeing a kid of that age making those kinds of decisions and being that strong was something that I really enjoyed. I mean, all the Blackthorn children are the same. They're all such strong characters, and Ty, bless him, bless his little heart, like trying to bring his sister back from the dead. Like, okay, obviously that's some dark magic that like is a big fat no-no, but the fact that he like had to do that because he was missing his sister so much, like, it was so heartwarming for me. And all of the family being together again, and just all the characters again, like I said earlier, like just all the characters connecting was just such a big thing for me. I definitely say that my favourite part of the book is the battle in Alicante, where they stop Horace Dearborn from basically turning Alicante and Shadowhunters into an extremist group. That I absolutely loved, because in my head I was just like thought of so many relatable scenarios in human real life situations, which probably a lot of you will think of as well, but I'm not going to name on my channel because let's not go there. But so many extremist parties, things like that have done that in the past, like really made me think of that situation, and the fact that like they stopped it and they fought so hard for themselves, for their country, for their race, like for me was just incredible. And reading about it in, I don't know if I'd say magical, but reading about that in like a fantasy way it opened my eyes, because I saw so much of our history in a fictional book, and it was just sort of like, wow, like it really does affect people enough to put it in their writing. So that was, yeah, that was big. I think that was my favourite part, especially when Emma and Julian grew up into big angels, giant thingies, and just lived their best life. Like, that was amazing. I think overall, I mean, I gave the book a 5 out of 5 stars, and I mean, if the series wasn't so big, I would probably like constantly reread it. But it's definitely the whole Shadowhunter world I would recommend to basically everyone. Anyone that likes fantasy, werewolves, demons, fairies, vampires, read any of the books in the Shadowhunter universe, because it is incredible. And the best person's books to probably, and videos to watch about all of this is probably Emma. I will tag her, I'll put her link to her channel in the description, but she is like Shadowhunter crazy and she knows so much about it, so she's probably the best person to like ask questions about it and stuff. Like, I mean, if you guys have read this and you loved it as much as I did, or you didn't like things, pop up so we can have a chat about it. I mean, I don't really get to talk to people a lot about books, so talk to me about this, please. I need to express my emotions about it so much. But I think that is all I have to say about the book. Just the fact that it was crazy, it was a mind-boggling mixed emotion roller coaster that I absolutely adored, and I cannot wait to get my hands and my teeth sunk into the wonderful Chain of Gold, which I'm going to try and get to ASAP, but I can't promise anything. But yeah, as per usual, thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are about Shadowhunter universe in general, or more specifically this book or any of the books. I love chatting to people about it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and I will see you guys soon with a new video.